Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Thank you guys so much for your love and your support. So in today's video I'll be making puff puff. I was craving for puff puff and I decided to make it and also share the recipe with you guys. So guys, I'll be leaving everything I use, all the measurements, I'll be leaving it down the description below. So check out description below to see all the measurements I use. I wrote everything, I detail everything I use. And to tell you guys, I'm not a professional puff puff maker, okay? I'm just trying myself. But one thing I discovered, that anytime I make puff puff, it seems better than previous one I make. The more I'm making it, the more better I'm getting. So if you are not a better puff puff maker, you don't have to worry, just continue making it. The more you are making it, the more you'll be getting better at it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you. So make sure you mix your yeast with warm water, a bit hot, not too warm and not too hot. Okay, so that the yeast can melt properly. And also make sure you mix the flour with warm water. Warm water. And to tell you guys, the sugar I add, if you think is too much, maybe as someone that you don't eat a lot of sugar, you can less the sugar. But me, I like my puff puff sweet, not too sweet, but I want sweet puff puff. So guys, what happened is I don't know the right measurement of the water I use. I need to be honest with you guys, because I got carried away at one point. I forgot that I'm filming. I'm supposed to be measuring the water I'm using. I've added the water. At this point, I didn't even realize till I almost finished mixing it before I realized I didn't measure the water to give you guys exactly the measurement. So what I will advise you to do is just be adding the water little by little by little and be mixing it till you get the consistency you need. Like, you see the consistency I need, just follow it how it looks. But if you think my own is a bit too confusing, check on this platform and see people that have the correct measurement of water, everything, and you can follow it up and get the right measurements right. Okay, but I got carried away. I wish I should have do the measurements, but I got carried away. I didn't remember that I was filming. I'm supposed to measure the water, because this is what I do when I'm making puff puff. I don't usually do any measurements, so but yeah, so make sure that you add the water little by little and you are mixing it, and just look at the consistency of mine. Okay, so after I mix, I'm going to close it and leave it in a warm place for 1 to 2 hours, because the country where I'm based is very cold. So if you live in a hot country, you might just leave it for maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes or even less. But because my country where I live is cold, I leave it for 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours, 2 hours plus. Okay, honestly, 2 hours plus. Once it start rising, and then we'll start frying. Okay. So guys, 2 hours later, as you guys can see, my puff puff has rice. If you see that it started foaming like the foam, you know that it's rice. So this is 2 hours later, and I make sure I left it in a warm place. Okay, so if you live in a cold country and you don't leave it in a warm place, maybe it might take more than 2 hours. As you guys can see, it's rice. So I'm going to start frying. Before I start frying, I'm just going to mix it with my hand, and make sure your hand is nice and clean. So I'm just remixing it properly. Make sure you remix it before you start frying it. So I'm just showing you guys, this is how I normally do my own, and put it in the oil, but people have different way of doing it, but that is how I do mine. So now we are going to start frying. The interesting part, make sure your oil is nice and hot, not too hot, and make sure that your gas cooker or whatever fire you are using, make sure that it's on medium, not too high, because if it's too high, your puff puff is going to burn and it's not going to be proper cooked inside. So when your oil is, if you leave it on medium and your oil is hot, make sure that you lower it a bit lower than medium. Okay, because puff puff gets fried quickly, it doesn't take time at all. So yeah, that's it. So fry your puff puff till it's golden brown. As you guys can see, it's nice and golden brown, and by the time it will be this color, the puff puff would have been giving you aroma to your nose. You would have start smelling like puff puff, and you know that yes, my puff puff is ready. But make sure you fry it nice and golden brown. Don't let it too brown or too burnt, or don't let it not properly uncooked. Just make sure it's right. Can you see this beautiful color? Yes, that is how we want our puff puff to look like. It's hot.